So, what what was the inspiration for this piece? What was the process that came about in the creation of it?
Well, it's been a multi-stage process. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Jonah, and thank you to the crew. You guys just totally rocked that. It's not an easy thing to do as flute players, as people who are always working on our sounds, trying to make the most beautiful sounds, trying to make variation with tone, to be given the restriction to play with everything but tone, right? And to still make music of that and to make chamber music with that. So the piece came from really just a prompt from my friend Vijay Iyer, the composer and professor and amazing pianist and improviser, just all around Renaissance man. He was writing me a piece and he was looking for some material for what I thought would be a playback track for a work that would eventually be for playback or electronics and live flute. And he said, I just need some material from you. Can you send me 5 short improvisations on 5 different flutes, maybe like 90 seconds each. The only parameter, you can do anything you want to do, but the only parameter is no pitch, only percussive sounds, only air, and try to not repeat material. Just give me as much information as you can. So he said, don't take very long, don't worry about having a good microphone, just do it in your apartment. And so I did it, I sent it to him, and several weeks later he sent me back this incredible, basically a piece of fixed media. It was a tape piece that didn't have any live part at all, but that took those 5 improvisations, layered them, slowed them down, sped them up, and put them over these fantastic beats. And so I've actually done the piece that way, where I just stand on stage, or I join the audience, and we just bump it through the sound system, and everybody gets a little break from live flute playing for 7 minutes. But then, a little bit ago, I started talking with him about doing a live version. And when Vasu invited me to come and work with you guys, I thought, wow, it'd be so cool to see if we could remix a remix, basically. Take a piece of fixed media and turn it back into something live. And so with the willingness and courage and creativity of this group of young musicians, we attempted that today.
So that kind of leads into the next question, actually. So normally you work with professionals, obviously. What was it like? What were the differences between that and working with students?
Well, I mean, I love working with musicians of all ages. I think that we're all musicians, and so I love working with pre-language musicians who are tiny and just feeling music through their bodies and their pores without any explanation whatsoever. And I love working with people who are elders, who are wise in ways outside of music, but who, of course, as all human beings, do experience music through their bodies. So to work with a group of young musicians for whom music is your life, right? You're all studying, and it's such a joy for me. And I really don't think of it differently than I think of working with any group of creative people. I mean, we have a dynamic that's unique to our group, and we solve problems that come up that are unique to that group, and we listen to each other, and we all engage as creative equals. So that's been a blast.
So final question, what are 3 things that you've been listening to lately?
The copyrighted face the music question. So I was listening today, actually, to Anthony Braxton's, in preparation for this concert, not necessarily for this question, Anthony Braxton's amazing 1978 solo from Cologne. It was a live solo they did on alto sax, and it's just, I think, one of the most astounding moments of solo wind music, of solo any music. I listened to that probably 5,000 times in my adolescence, and it was nice to revisit it again today. So I'm listening to that. I'm also listening to Taishan Sori's new album. Any Taishan Sori fans in the house? It's a beautiful album, Permutations. And I listen every morning to the same thing. I mean, I listen to lots of new things too, but every morning I wake up and I listen to Glenn Gould playing the Bach partitas on my little record player. So there you have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonah.